Wendy with Next Level Board Games, and today we're going to unbox Root, the Underworld Expansion, a game by Patrick Leader, with art by Kyle Farron, and published by Leader Games, of course. So if you'll notice, if I turn this sideways, this is sort of this expansion plus some extras. I can't remember what they called it, to be honest with you, but there's a reason why this doesn't actually fit over the box. And I think it's because there's more than just this expansion. There's some extras in it. So let's see what's inside. I guess I should flip it over. Let's see. So as usual, a really cool top, and of course the animals inside of the logo of the game. I love that. Okay, so this is exactly why the top didn't fit. These are the extras that came. So the Underworld expansion would normally just be this, but when I tried to get it, oh, that's neat. That's all decorated on the bottom. When I tried to get it, it wasn't available. It was only available with these extras, so I got the extras. So I'll go with those in a minute. Okay, so the regular book and the Law Root. And what really excited me about this is a new board, a new double-sided board. Well, it's one of the things. I also really like playing new characters and challenging myself every time, trying to master a new character. Okay, let's see here. Okay, here's one side. Ooh, that's upside down. I like the colors. That looks interesting. So I don't see the icons for the, like on the other one where they have the foxes and the bunnies and the mice. The different types of areas. Oh, interesting. Okay, but I see the normal like stuff you can build and the little spots where you can build stuff. Okay, let's see what's on the other side. Ooh, a big old lake. Well, that's pretty cool. That looks super exciting. So a lot less, like this looks like way more work going around, right? Like there's really nothing through this middle. Like the original board always has that middle line. I don't think this side did either, did it? Not exactly. I mean, kind of. This one seems like there's way more roots. Oops, I guess not. This one seems like it has a lot more connections. It'll be interesting to see. That in a way is good because it's faster to get to stuff, but then at the same time you have to try to, like, you know, have control over all these areas. Okay, so if I go back to this one, oh, I see. You probably maybe can canoe back and forth, I don't know, or take a little boat. There's a couple of docks. I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing, because there's actually technically 4. I'll have to read the rules and see if that's going to be a thing. That'll be really interesting. That reminds me of like last Friday where you have the water, you can go across the lake. So we'll have to see. I don't know. Okay, there's that. And then, oh, I'm already popping pieces out. And then of course, as you know, like all the little character pieces that are unique to the different factions that you play, and everybody has different little tokens. So this is going to be like a new character because it's got like a VP token. So it looks like another, kind of like one of the bird type characters. Lots of little extra plot tokens. Ooh, that sounds fun. Little caves. Interesting. So a whole bunch of little tokens here. This is called the Burrow. Huh, okay. Woo, these pop out really easily. So here we go. So see the Corvids. Let's see. Corvid Conspiracy. So here's a new Corvid card, which is like the birds. It'll be interesting to see how this one plays. I love looking at the back to see what the complexity is and like what the different abilities are. So this is a low complexity. This is probably not something I would pick up right away. I usually try to go for the higher complexity ones, but they're all fun. I've played most of the characters for the original game and the expansion that we have. The existing expansion. Let's see, here's another one. Underground Ducky. That's probably not how you say that. I don't know how you pronounce that. But here's another one of another faction. Let's see. This one says moderate complexity, moderately aggressive, meaning fighty fights, and then card wealth is high, crafting ability moderate. This will probably be a fun character for me. And I love that it shows you all the stuff on the back that you're going to need. So this guy, oh, he's like a mole, right? He's going to have the tunnels. So the tunnel tokens. Oh, and I didn't even notice these because it's not near as dramatic as the purple. That caught my eye right away. Obviously, another faction right here too, right? So these little tunnels match the back of his card, and these tokens up here, which are his. It's very color coordinated, this game. Makes it really easy to get started. So we like that. So there's the second character. Then, wow. Sometimes the colors of the tokens are just unbelievable. The last expansion I got had like a silver color on one of their factions, and it was like so shiny I couldn't even represent it well enough in the camera. It was unbelievably shiny. But these are like a beautiful dark purple. Hopefully that comes up, but it's really just a really deep purple. So that would be over there. Then these are more like a fleshy, almost like a piggy color. But I think they're probably like an underground mole or something like that. So that's those ones. Also nice that the contrast is so high. Just so you get like, you can kind of see. These are just two of the players, the two of the factions, and there's several others, but a lot of the colors are really dramatic and they're very different. We do happen to have a colorblind player in our group, and this is super helpful for them when the tokens are vastly different. Let's see what we got here. A couple of, oh, wow, okay. So, yep, okay. Oh, the fairy! Ah, that answers my question. Okay, so as you can see, I brought some other pieces in. So I had bought the landmarks, the little pack that looks like it comes just basically like one of these, except for it came in one of these, like one of these little boxes here. And they came with 4 landmarks originally, these 4 here, but they came with cards for 6 landmarks. And we were like, how does that work? We couldn't figure it out. Well, here's the other 2 landmarks, and now I have the cards for them, and here they are. So that is super exciting. we were trying to figure out, even though the box said it only had 4, we couldn't figure out why it would have 4 but 6 cards. Well, now we have the other 2. That's very exciting. I love that. I love some of the things that these introduce. If you haven't bought any of those, it makes some differences on the board, which is kind of fun. Okay, so let me try not to mix these up. Okay, now we have a couple more things here. Oh my gosh. That's way harder to open than I expected it to be. There we go. Some more dice. So these ones are black with like a coppery gold color versus the white ones that we originally had. I do see that it's still 0 to 3, so probably not going to be any easier to fight. Which, if you play this game, you know that the fighting can be rough because you roll both dice. When you're combating, you roll the dice for yourself and your opponent, and I swear to God, I almost always roll the exact same number. It drives me crazy. But, alas, it is what it is. And then these, I don't know what these are. They look like little crowns. I'm not exactly sure how they're used, but they're a really rich gold color. Again, the coloring that they do is unbelievable. Then, some new cards. So here's going to be for the 2 new factions. And possibly something else. Let's see. So here's definitely, oh, so those are going to go with this character. Doink. Okay. So mostly this character, and then his overview card and overview for the Corvid character, which probably uses some of the original cards because we already have cards for him from the original game. Okay, so there's those. And then we have to do it, and I'm going to do it here because just in case it ever happens, it's going to happen on camera. Not today. Okay, so that's everything that was in the original Underworld expansion without anything extra. Had I just bought that, that would be that. So I'm going to go over these other little things that came with it because I think it just makes sense. So the Vagabond Pack. I'm excited for this because I played the Vagabond, and you know, if you've played it, you only have 1 meeple character, and he can also move like in between areas, right? Like, it's really different than the other characters. So this, I'm going to leave it here, it'll be easier to see, I think, is the Vagabond Pack. So I don't know if each one does different things, but if you played the Vagabond, there were 3 cards to choose from to sort of pick what his special like ability was going to be. So maybe these are more, which I think is really cool. Let's see. Oh, we got some new crafted items, right? So some new starter crafted items. And, yep, some new cards. So look, now there's going to be like 6 different types of cards to choose from. At least I'll have 6 with my original and this. 6 Vagabond cards to choose from. So the cool thing is like you can see here your starting items are unique, and then like you have a unique ability. So that's really cool. And also now you have, those are cute, different unique little Vagabond characters. So a little bit different than the OG. Also with cute colors. Cute. Okay, so there's that. Oh, wait. And that was the Vagabond Pack. That's what this is called. So again, this is one of the kind of like the smaller expansions. Is that like if you were just looking to add to your original game like a smaller amount, these landmarks are the same. So I don't know exactly what these ones do, but for instance, one of the ones in the original pack I got, basically in the original board where it's a certain space that's like either the foxes or whatever, it made it all of the characters in one. And another one had one of these squares on it, and you set it there, and then it added another square so you could have yet another one of your items on that location because it added one extra square. So like a place over here where there's one, you could maybe have 2. So it does different things like that. So they're not dramatic changes to the game, but enough to make it different each time you play. So I like the little changes. Okay, next, the Exiles and the Partisans deck. This one I might already have. Okay, so this one I already have, and I assume these are the same. So I'm not going to open this because I think I've already done it, maybe on camera. And I can show you, I'll try to find somebody who likes root, and I'll see if I can get that to them instead of wasting it. But I can show you what is in there because I already have this. So it's a bunch more cards in the different faction types, right? So the Corvids, and you can see them all. These are the ones that are like the different locations I was talking about on the other side of the board. And that one landmark basically became any one of those 3. So you could play cards that required that of any type there. So then more cards. So this is just a bunch of different cards, and then different dominance card. I think these are different requirements for the dominance cards, which we don't actually play those because I want to play till the end, but that's totally up to you. That's one way to try to win. So that's what's in the Partisans and Exiles deck. And now I have an extra. So I'll try to find somebody who could use that. All right, last but not least, these I do not have. So these are, again, talking about the different the clearing markers, and maybe that's why these aren't on here, because maybe they just get randomly put out. But in the original board, these icons, let me pull these out of here. The mice and the foxes and the bunnies are on the board. They're actually on the board, on the regular side, not on the snow side. On the snow side, you put little tokens out and randomize it. So these are what these look like. Might be easier if I take them out. But it's just 4 of each one. Ooh, those are snug in there. But these are sort of like other games where now you have like a little 3D aspect to it. And they look like little bricks, if you can see the detail here. They look like bricks or like land. And they're actually heavier than what I expected for some reason. So, and they're color coded too, which is also nice because once again, easier to tell apart. So that's kind of cool. We'll definitely use these. I think they'll be fun. They'll add a little fun element to the game. So that's everything that's in the Underworld expansion. There is 2 new factions you can play along with the meeples for that, new dice and a cool new color. A couple of landmarks in case you didn't have any of those, which is really fun. I had to buy the extra, I can't remember what it was called, but the extra version of the Underworld expansion because I really wanted the Underworld expansion, but they didn't have it by itself. So I also got the Vagabond Pack, which I'm excited about. And I also got the Exiles and Partisans deck and these really cool resin markers so that I can mark the clearing. So that's really cool. I'm super excited to learn this new character. Actually, probably both, but I love these tokens. The color is really great, and the new board has great colors to it. I really like it. There's like a lake on one side, and the other side has really cool colors. So I'm really excited to learn how to play these factions and see how well I can do. Thanks for watching Next Level Board Games.